I was listening to this and I wanted to create this. So first of all, I want to get the look and feel right, and just to tap into what I really initially imagined when I listened to that awesome track, Guilty Conscience. I wanted to get some references and to feel, I get a look and feel how I, sketch it out and see the character faces and the features and the poses, how it should look like. Um, So I just quickly started randomly sketching what was on my mind first, because the initial idea was like Slim's character should be obviously very exaggerated and um, so then I went into did a slight quick animatic of the things which I imagined as the track went along at certain stages, and here I did the structure of the warehouse and how they were placed strategically according to all the actions that's about to happen in going forward as well. So I had to place them in such a way where it was accurate, and there was all the elements that surrounded both of them should be accurate as well. Then I went into again finalizing and narrowing down more on Slim's character, both front and side shots, to have an accurate alignment between both all the sides and have an understanding how it might look. And then most of the time Eminem is going to be seated and tied up into a chair, and that's what I was planning here as well. And I also did take a look at the first intro clip that they had put out of the skit, and I tried to resemble the same look and feel here. And here I'm going into multiple layers of Eminem's face, different mouth shapes, which I wanted to seamlessly animate from one to another to make it very smooth, because most of this is going to take place close up of their faces and in close proximity of their emotions, so it should be very detailed, and it can't look because it can't look off-putting, because there's like say 3.5 minutes of this whole back and forth. So even the camera movements, I kept it moving, and I didn't want to have a stagnated effect. And so the lyrics are absolute genius, the multi-rhymes and all of that, and the references, the angles, how he tells the story. So I want to do it justice by their visual direction that I take. And so here I've spent a long time getting the facial features, eyebrows, nose, eyes, eyelids, mouth, all accurate and as expressive as possible. And here I quickly designing the chair which Eminem should be tied on, attention to detail. So just like this, I think this is just one example of the chair, but all the stuff in the background I had to create like this. And sometimes I would use something that I've already done, and here I try to put the kafir on Eminem's this shawl, but decided against it after a certain time because it was too on the face. And yeah, so now designing Eminem's front shot and side shot, and eventually there'll be a top shot as well, and a back shot. So in all the angles possible, I had to create the two characters. It's in a sense a bit easier because there are only two characters here, but in all kinds of various angles. So now I'm doing a top shot of Slim Shady where he's speaking to Eminem and walking around him, and here I'm doing him untightening his ties, and here the struggle sketches in the animatic, and it's all back and forth. It's how first I base it on the animatic and then I go to the animation, and I had to do the tattoo drawings as well as descriptively as possible to put in Slim Shady's and Eminem's arms in all kinds of poses and gestures. So it's all what I had imagined, then to the animatic, and then to sketching the exact angle and pose which I committed to. So, and then after the coloring and shading, I would export it in such a way where I could animate it in After Effects. Man, it's no surprise. It's not not a new thing that every time I go through a project like this, it's very very mind-boggling, mind-consuming, and sometimes a lot of migraines, a lot of headaches because of the fact that I had to control so many layers in Photoshop and so many files in Photoshop and the exact names, and and when you get back to After Effects, the so many compositions and layers, and the organization has to be so on point, and you can't focus on anything else if you're working on this. So it's a bit hard when you have other things, commitments as well, but I'm so passionately in love with bringing things to life like this, because whatever the track gives me, the feel, the visual cue that I imagine, it's so specific that I bringing it to life. There's no anything beautiful and fulfilling than that. So that's why, through all the downsides of doing this, just doing it for my pleasure, and the fact that you guys like it is a whole nother level. And so as it goes along, it evolves into other ideas as well. So in this case, Slim Shady variations, because he's saying, Eminem, you created me, and all the Slim Shady personas which I wanted to like it's kind of an intervention, so even though this character is not like a Slim Shady persona per se, but I just wanted to have it have the idea. This is where a lot of ideas from people might come in handy. They could give me some better references, but I've been following him for so long, from 2000s actually, and backtracking him way before that as well. So I know pretty much a lot of stuff of Eminem as well. So, and here I'm drawing another character persona. I mean, like a character dress gear that he's constantly used in the early 2005 ish areas. Yeah, I really love this character. It's really cool, and just having fun with the whole variations. I wanted to have their skin in like a translucent kind of effect, because these are figments of his imagination, and wanted to have them in a kind of a glitchy effect. And there's so much of other songs that I want to do of Eminem. I wish I could do all, but you have to be. Time is the problem, so you have to select what shortlist the best song that you think you should work on. And fans would also ask a lot of songs to be created. Maybe I could get into kind of a Patreon kind of a format where I do get because it takes like 30 days again to do this, so that's a lot of time of work that I had to put on hold. So I need to think of something if I'm to keep on doing it that way. So again, a lot of sketches referring to the animatic and brainstorming ways to make that animation possible. Here I'm doing the naked chokehold and trying to keep it technically accurate as possible. And at one point I decided to make the gun kind of in a 3D way.
Okay, so just I'm just keeping on making the mouth move according to the rhymes he's saying, and the keyframes keep track of where that exact mouth movement comes at the right rhyme scheme, the multi-rhyme. And while you're going through it, you just see how these words that he has chosen, it completely makes sense and it rhymes perfectly. Just check it out from here. The rhyme, multi-rhyme in this case is the meow, that thing.
This ain't no dream now, huh?
Dream now.
See what I mean now?
See what I mean now?
See what I mean now? You see how? They're trying to make me out to be some kind of mean foul.
Mean foul, obscene.
Kind of mean foul, obscene foul prick. I kick one freestyle. Kick one freestyle by beating down a
special needs child.
By beating down a special needs child. And these people freak out.
It's crazy, man. Just to see how accurate and how much a multi-C squeezes in a sentence. Me being a rap lyricist also, I write for, Eminem got me influenced from 8 Mile, so really, as I'm animating and all the structural, mechanical things going on, breaking down the rhymes and the whole poetry of it is it's on another level, It's so awesome to passionately keep on doing this.
No dream now, huh?
So I'm just nearing the end of the video. It was kind of I spent an overnight as well, and so right now it's getting to the peak and the climax of the video, and there are certain backgrounds that suddenly change, and while SlimShady is talking about a lot of things, and this is the stage I'm at, and it was pretty complicated, but now ending that and moving on to the next ones. Really waiting till this is done and dusted. We've been working on this for 1 month, on and off. Got dragged into a lot of other things and a lot of other projects also in the pipeline. But this is perfect timing. It's coming to an end within 1 or 2 days. Maybe we can put it out. And I know that they're gonna be really loving the details that are in this. I really enjoyed the song, and can't wait to put it out there.
This is the later stages where he brings in the mirror and the argument is coming to a close, and we decided to put some Eminem merch as well that was in their websites in the song itself, and a little sequence where he was talking about how SlimShady was kind of born and in his younger ages, when he's getting bullied, and SlimShady would pop up and then he would say everything that he was afraid to say, and I wanted to show it in such a way. This took 2 days, just for 5 second montage of these 4 slides coming in. It took 2 days to sketch it out, brainstorm it and sketch it out, and do the line work, the shadows, and then color it with the highlights and all. I love how it came along. It's a different story in itself, you could really go into. I referred to his younger days where he had the hair hanging out like this and some buck teeth also when he was younger. So there you go. Those are the reference shots in the back and over here. So this I had to draw Will Smith and David Carradine because he was mentioning them, and in a fun way I would bring them in. Yeah, so that is how it was kind of done. These are some of the stuff I captured, and 30 days it took, and I hope you guys like it.